guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I want to talk about Benefit's recent release, and that is the BADgal Bang Mascara. There was a lot of hype over this release, the big theme about it being out of this world and space related, so I think some people thought it was slightly anticlimactic that they were just releasing a mascara. Now, I normally don't jump on products as soon as they are released. I tend to wait a few weeks, watch a couple of reviews and then make a decision as to whether to buy it or not. But I do really like Benefit's mascara, and I did like the look of this from its initial pictures, and there's a lot of before and after photos that people were doing. It did look really great. My current favourite mascara of the moment is the Essence Lash Princess, which gives that dramatic effect, so I was looking to see if it would be as good as I rate the Essence Lash Princess. But again, I was going to wait a few weeks and not get it straight away until I got an email from QVC that to celebrate the release they already had it on sale for £16.50. I believe the full price for it is £21.50, so it is a whole £5 off, and QVC were also doing no posters and packaging, which again saved me about £3 because they do tend to do £2 or £3 posters and packaging on every item you order from them. So I thought, for £16.50 for Benefit mascara is pretty good. I wanted to see if it was as good as the hype was making out. So I did concede and I did purchase it, and I've got to say, can't fault QVC. Never actually ordered from them before, but it arrived in super fast times, because if I remember rightly, this actually arrived on Saturday afternoon, which was literally a few days after the release. So I have been testing it since Saturday. I have called this a review video, and because I would say I have tested it enough for it to not be first impressions. I've literally worn this every day since I got it, and I have put it on first thing in the morning and then worn it all throughout my day and not taken it off until very last thing of the night. So in my opinion, I think I can give it a review based on my thoughts so far. So this is how the packaging arrives. I'll just read some of the claims that it makes. It seems to be smudge proof and flake free and water resistant. Just show you the product properly before I get into my review. I do quite like the packaging. It's in like a matte black with a rather intimidating looking lid, and then it does have a rather long wand. That is the applicator, and it is the type of applicator that I like because I do like the plastic bristles one, and because of the point on this, it is good for precision. The only thing I would say is I don't find it that easy to control, and the brush is slightly too long to be able to get in there with as much precision. But the packaging is really lightweight. There's not too much weight in the actual wand itself, because sometimes the wand can be a bit heavy because of the packaging and it's not as easy to use. Another point I must mention is that it actually clicks shut, which is really good to help you know that you have shut it properly, and it will also stop it drying out. So I did really like that feature of the packaging, but I have caught my hands on this top bit a couple of times and it is a bit spiky. But other than that, really like the packaging, really sleek. One final thing I must say about the packaging though is I don't really see where the space theme came into it. I don't know if it's supposed to look like a rocket or something, but I don't really see why it's spacey, because to me I associate the colours like blue with space, but this has got no blue on it. That's probably an odd thing to say, but it's just got pink lettering and silver lettering, but I don't really see the space connection, other than it may potentially look like the shape of a rocket. I could be wrong there. On to the formula. I was slightly put off when I realised this new release was part of the BADgal range that they have, because I don't like the original BADgal Lash mascara. But the main reason why I didn't like that mascara, and I did declutter it a long time ago when I did have it, was due to the size of the brush, because it does have a rather large bristle brush. So when I seen the size of this brush, I thought, okay, I didn't mind the formula of the BADgal Lash, I just didn't like the brush. So I thought I'd give this one a go. My first impressions were it goes on quite well. It is slightly clumpy. It is also slightly, it's not a dry formula, it's a very liquidy formula. So you do have to wipe the excess off on the end of the brush, and you do have to be quite careful with it, because on numerous occasions I did actually find that it wasn't drying properly and I was getting it in on my brow bone. But once it's dry, it's fine. And I did find that it did lift my lashes, it did give them length, and it did give them volume, which is all that it claims to do. I didn't find that it held the lift that it gave for the duration of the day. By the end of the day, they were still voluminous, they were still lengthened, but I didn't find the lift stayed throughout the course of the day. But they still look dramatic, so I wasn't overly bothered by that. With regards to the no flaking and no smudging claims, I find if you don't let it dry properly, it will very easily smudge, but once it's dry, it's fine, it doesn't smudge. And I only found that it actually flaked on one of the days. I don't know what was different that day, but I think they can pretty much stand by those claims and that it doesn't really flake and smudge no more than any other mascara that I've got. With regards to the 36-hour wear claims, I will say that it did last all day, but I don't tend to be awake for 36 hours, so I couldn't test that properly. Although actually I did wear it for a really long time on Sunday, because I woke up at about 8:30, 9 o'clock that day, put my makeup on, and then that was Super Bowl night, so given the time difference it's on very late here in the UK, and didn't kick off until 11:30 at night. So I think by the time I got to bed and took my makeup off, it was nearly 4 AM, so that is probably the longest I had it on for, and I can say it did stay the whole time. So that is what, 20 hours? I'm not very good at working out how long things are, but that it did stay on the whole time and it didn't flake in that time at all. It's not the easiest to remove, so that's probably where the claims come from, in that you do have to wait for 36 hours before it'll allow you to remove it, but a good scrub with makeup remover and it will come off. I used the Rimmel eye makeup remover and it did come off. It just took a good few sort of scrubs to get the product off. So based on my experience, I would say that they probably can stand by their 36-hour claims, although I don't know how many people would actually test the 36-hour claims, but I came close with 20 hours. Would I rate it as highly as the Essence Lash Princess? No. One, because of the price of it, and two, the formula's a little bit too wet. I prefer the Lash Princess formula. There's not much in it, to be honest, but if I was looking at it from a black and white perspective of what would I rather spend my money on, I do find you get more for your money with the Lash Princess one than this one. But still, overall, it's not a bad mascara at all, and I can see why people are raving about it, especially people who love the Benefit formula. My go-to Benefit mascara is the Roller Lash. I would actually say I prefer this to the Roller Lash because this does more than the Roller Lash does, and I also feel it does give them more of a dramatic look. So I would say, out of the few different Benefit mascaras I have tried, I would say this one is my favourite Benefit mascara. Yes, it's not my favourite mascara of all time, but it's definitely one I am going to be reaching for on a regular basis, so I am glad I did bow down to the hype and purchase it when I did. So overall, if you do like the Benefit mascara's formula, I would recommend this mascara. But if you have Lash Princess, I personally feel like you don't necessarily need it and you could save your money. But again, the price I paid, £16.50, I think it's well and truly worth that. Before I put the rest of my makeup on, I actually did a before and after. So I will show you, I will insert a clip of that now just to show you the difference between what my eyelashes look like naturally before I put any other makeup on and what they look like with just the mascara on. So just to show you close up, that's the eye with the mascara on, and that's the eye without. I didn't put any eyeshadow on because I didn't want to detract from the mascara, and it's also the reason why I've put quite basic eyeshadow on now, so you can possibly from this distance see the effect that it does have on my eyes. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.